Hello there, everybody. Today's video, 3 steps to great sales communications. I hope you find this helpful. If you're involved in any business at all, online or offline, then you really do need to be able to communicate with your prospects, with your customers, and do it well. And if you're not doing it well, then you're not maximizing your opportunity in your business, right? So I'm going to share with you 3 steps you can take today that I'm pretty darn sure you'll enjoy. And not only that, you will definitely improve your communication skills and your darn outcome, okay? I mean, the idea, I want to give you some things to think about now that will, 1, enable you to make a great connection. Secondly, enable you to communicate really well. And thirdly, enable you to get the conclusion that you want. Communicate, connect, conclusion, okay? That's what it's all about. My name is Beckenham, the village marketer, and as always, talking to you from my little Thai village, way up near the Cambodian border, and we are just about to get hit by a monsoon. So if you lose me, my sincere apologies in advance, okay? But I'm busting to get this done because I really don't like missing out. First of all, acknowledge some people. Wayne, good on you. Wayne Harmsworth, good to see you, mate. Thanks for joining. Paul Baltus, thanks for joining too. Steve Hall, good to see you, mate. Frank Hargis, thank you for joining too. And there's a few others that missed through there, but let me keep moving because I want to beat the storm, okay? So the first step in order to be able to communicate with any darn prospective client is to think of the smart way to start your conversation, okay? Now, you hear all these things about building rapport and getting people to like you and all this sort of stuff. Be careful with that, okay? I mean, don't waste people's time. What you need to do is establish yourself as someone of value, someone of integrity, someone of interest right from the word go. And what I'm suggesting you do this is these are 3 simple steps to get started, right? And then I'm going to take you another step. First, share with them what's going on in their marketplace. Okay, what's going on in their marketplace? Well, Paul, I'm very sorry to hear about the that's okay, Paul. Got to keep going, got to beat the monsoon, but thanks for talking. Okay, so share what's going on in their marketplace. Give them some ideas about the latest developments, latest trends, software development, whatever it may be appropriate to your marketplace, right? And because it's a way to get engagement, get a conversation going. It's non-threatening to them. It's valuable to them. You're being perceived as someone who's adding to the conversation. You're not there trying to pitch them, right? It's pretty important. Secondly, then once you've shared that with them, then share with them 3 common challenges you've seen in their marketplace. And if you're smart, these are 3 common challenges that you've got a pretty good idea that they may have themselves. But more importantly, these are 3 common challenges that you can solve, right? Key point. So think of what you can come up with. What are the 3 common challenges in your particular niche, wherever you are? I mean, for example, take mine. I'm in the sales coaching business. That's my passion. That's my love, etc., right? And the 3 most common challenges most small businesses, and that's who I deal with, small businesses have when it comes to sales in particular. The first one is not having enough qualified prospects to talk with. Secondly is putting a sales hat on and having a sales conversation because some people feel uncomfortable with that. And the third thing is getting their customers and their prospects to help them build their business. In other words, getting them to introduce them to new customers. They're the 3 most, well, not the 3 most common, but they are pretty common questions in most people in my marketplace. So I would ask those questions. Then I'd simply follow them up by saying, tell me, let's pick someone in particular. Peter Smythe is my prospect. Peter, now, these are 3 most common things that I see in your marketplace. Do any of those ring a bell with you? Any of them ring true to you? Okay, so you were encouraging him to come into the conversation. So that's the way to start, right? Okay, and thanks for joining, Brett, I should mention. And Ruth Martin from Busselton in Western Australia, lovely to see you too, okay? So the first thing is, that's how you get started. Secondly, take advantage of mirroring. Now, you know what mirroring is, don't you? Mirroring is when you actually look at the body language, other things of the prospect, and you move in conjunction with them. Be careful, don't mimic them. because that's an insult to them. But if they're leaning back a fraction, you lean back a fraction, and the actual mirroring should be especially from your voice. And if you're doing a call rather than face to face, right? I mean, the mirroring in particular will be the volume of your speech, the pace, how quickly you speak, the tone, and try and match your potential customer in those three areas in particular. And there's a few other things to remember too. I mean, for example, if the prospect is talking loud and fast, then try to match a fraction, but not too quickly, okay? You can sort of bring them back down again. Secondly, square your body to them. Be front on with them. Be front on with them. Even when you're doing it via something like this, okay? On a video communication like a Skype or a Zoom or something, be front on with them. And then make good eye contact, but don't stare at them, okay? Don't be that. But make good eye contact with them, okay? And make sure they can see you are giving them your full attention. That's the critical bit, right? Your full attention. But be careful and be subtle about this. Don't overdo it. Be careful with the eye. Lisa, Anna Palmer, they give you. Susan Stokes. Well, we've got Canada and we've got France and we've got Western Australia and we've got Malawi. We've got everybody here. That's really good. Thanks for joining, guys. Ali, good to see you too. Right, back on topic, Peter. Be careful, but be subtle with your body language in this regard. And what I'm saying here, I mean, for example, I don't know whether you're aware of this, but if you nod your head just 3 times when people are answering a particular question to you, do you realize that it encourages them to even speak even more to you without you even saying a word? Rather than you saying, I take Lisa, Anna Palm. Lisa, you've given me an answer, okay? Tell me a little bit more. That really intrigues me. Why did you say that? What's important to you? How did that happen? When did you try that? Whatever it may be. But you can also achieve the same thing just by nodding your head, okay? Watch what happens. Try it and see what happens. It's pretty magical. That body language is pretty powerful stuff, right? There's no doubt about that. Because people will respond to you and they'll react to you in a way that is non-verbal from you, but powerful, okay? But word of caution, do not try to trick them. Don't try to trick them with fake body language and all this sort of stuff. I mean, truly, authenticity is the key here, right? None of this other rubbish, okay? Be authentic, for goodness sake. And the third way to get great connections and communications with you is to paint visual pictures. But you do this all the way through, because you keep getting your prospect back into the conversation on a regular basis. Now, I mentioned to this before, but if you're talking for any more than 60 seconds at a time, then it's becoming a monologue, okay? Okay, don't do that. Listen, good to see you. We've got turkey in the house too. Oh, great. So, after 60 seconds, get them back in the loop. Tell me, okay? Margaret, thank you for joining. Tell me, listen, does that make sense? Are we on the same page here? Whatever it is, to keep them in the conversation with you, all right? But as you're doing this, you're painting a verbal picture, a visual, not verbal. Well, it is verbal in a way, but it's becoming visual to them, okay? That is really one of the most powerful ways of communicating with your potential customer, your prospect, okay? Keep painting the picture, and the more you peel back the onion and uncover about them with the questions you ask, the more you can say, you can build their picture even more. And you're coming up with a virtual, visual picture that they can relate to, they can see themselves in. But more importantly, what you then get them to do, right, is to interpret that picture. See whether they're seeing the same picture as you. Right? You're helping them create it with your questions and going through your sales conversation and identifying and clarifying their needs and wants and fears and pain points and all that, right? But then get them to paint the picture for you, back to you, okay? And listen darn carefully. Because when you do that, when they paint their picture back to you, then you need to clarify, let me get this right, and use the words. That's a powerful picture you just painted for me, Margaret, okay? It's a powerful picture you paint. Let me just confirm in my mind. What you mean is X, Y, and Z, all right? Do that, because if you can do that, then you will identify most clearly what they want. You'll identify most clearly why they want it. You'll identify very clearly what they're comfortable with, and more importantly, what they're not comfortable with. You'll also be able to identify what turns them on, what turns them off, all those factors, and you will understand what they are, why they are, and how they feel about it. And that positions you as your communication has reached a level when they are now seeing you as a trusted advisor, because you've gone through these 3 steps I've just shared with you, right? And at that point in time, they are willing and wanting a solution and being prepared, because they know, like, trust, and they respect you enough to say, Peter, where do we go from here? Well, you can say, where do we go from here? Sometimes I'll say that as well, okay? Because they're buying in, and you're allowing them to go through the buying process. Lisa, paint the picture. Brilliant. Thank you, Lisa. Sometimes I do have a touch of brilliance. Ooh, careful with that. All right. So my point is this: the clearer you can get your prospective customer to paint their picture, okay, and really paint it, including the emotions, the sights, the sounds, the feeling, all of that. The clearer you can do that, the better positioned you are to give the best solution you can. Okay, there you go. That's my thoughts about 3 steps to great sales communications. Don't be scared of sales. You're dealing with people, and if you're coming from the heart and you're giving what you can, I can tell you right now, this process I've just shared with you today will double your sales potential. And guess what? It only cost you 15 minutes of your time to listen to this guy from Thailand. All right. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Oh, I nearly forgot my call to action. To help you if you want, with some questions that may uncover some even more delicate pain points and things from your potential customer, from your prospect. I have a PDF. If you're interested, send me a personal message, okay? Whether you're watching this on live or replay, if you're watching on YouTube, leave me a comment there, because I normally upload the video when I can. The PDF is called 20 Great Questions That Identify Real Needs. If you're interested in that, 20 great questions, just 20 great questions, that'll do. If you're interested, send me a personal message, and by all means, I'll get it to you. There you go. I'm beating the storm. I'm pretty darn excited about that, because I'm going to lose the power pretty soon. Lisa, Peter, Isan, everybody, thank you very much indeed for sharing your time with me. I really appreciate you. All the very best. Take care. Happy selling. Bye for now.